All right. Good morning. Good morning. December the 30th, Tuesday. Yeah. We're getting down to it. Folks, what is happening? How are you? Jump on in here and let's mix it up a little bit. Yeah. Up early this morning, but I'm up into the 70s on the sleep score due to getting to bed on time and just making a better effort to sleep. Yeah. The young guns are in here this morning. Locke Johnson and Ben Bryant. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Locke. Um, Hopefully this one will be impactful as well. Talk about the standard a little bit. Yeah, trying to do some things here toward the end of the year that are that hit home as you guys are thinking about, you know, what 2026 might look like, what you might like it to look like. I beat you beat Locke at the good morning. Yes. Shoot. Game on, says Locke. Good morning, Roy Dahl. Now the old guys are rolling in. No offense, Bunker. Good to see you, Chris. Shooting daggers all over the place already. How about this new sweatshirt, huh? What do you call this? Terracotta or something? Canyon color? I don't know. Pull the sleeves up. Good morning, Rachel. Yeah, Dave Davis from Denver. Yeah, Dave and I jumped on, had a very, very good conversation on the Summit podcast yesterday. That's going to come out. We're stacked up. I got 6 or 7 deep here, so I'm in full editing mode. So I've had some great sessions. Nick Salmons came on, Matt Nademiak from where is he? Manitoba, uh, Quinnipiac, I don't know, Canada. Yeah, and got some good ones coming out. The Jason Cisneros podcast landed yesterday. Wiley's on, Sarah and Wiley. Maybe it's Wiley. I think it's Wiley. But yeah, you guys I hope you're having a nice trip. Good to catch up with you yesterday. Good morning, Dave Howard. Yeah, all the regulars are piling in. You only have to show up twice to be a regular. No, just kidding. I said, hey, I can't say her name, but Alexa. I said, hey, what's the weather for today? And she said, well, it's currently 19 degrees, and today there'll be a high of 19 degrees. I said, good, we're going nowhere here. So it's just that time of year. We'll get through it. Just have solid days, working on world domination and such things of that nature. What have you and what not? Catherine Thomas, Rachel Berlin. Listen to the episode with Jason. Super good. Nice work. Thank you. Yeah. Hey, that was an easy interview for me. He was just rolling. If you guys haven't checked that one out yet, go to my Facebook feed. You'll see it. And that'll get you to the YouTube. You can watch the video or you can grab it on Summit on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, whatever your pleasure is. Homehughes.main joined us on Instagram. Good to see you. Matthew Padron is here. 12 degrees on his walk this morning. Gonna rise up to 46. So you guys get that out there. You get a little life, in the day. We just get somebody's foot right on our throat all winter. Good morning, Bob. Great podcast with Jason. You knocked it out of the park. Yeah, thank you, Jubal. I appreciate it. Guys, if you're not tuning into these, there's some people coming on that just have some things to share, and it's cool. I always say, like, my job is to set the ball on the tee and let them keep knocking it out of the park. So I'm just, throwing questions, open-ended questions at them. We talk business, we talk life. We might get going down a rabbit hole on one thing or another, and that's just how it goes. And good conversations. Wow, 34 on here already. Good to see you guys. Yeah, this is awesome. Joe Spack. I'll just keep my mouth shut about the weather. Good idea, Joe. There's no way to throw someone out of here, but I don't think. But if you shared your temp right now, I'd be digging for a disconnect button or something. Nah, we love you. Good for you. I know Dave Brackett's down there. Jason Rector is down there. Who else down there? Jess Novak is down there in Florida. Dustin Hippensteel. All you guys are down there where it's warm. And then speaking of cold, Lee Frisbee is here. He's in the cold one up in New York, I think. So yeah, definitely catch that rewind, Lee. You'll like it. Listen to the weather reports. Yes, for an Arctic winter. Yeah, it was a skating rink out here yesterday. So we like a good batch of freezing rain, and then the temp to stay, 28 or 19. It makes for a very interesting day. So wow, Ben, that's the case. 5 degrees here. Yeah, killing it. So now that we've all compared our weather, how are you guys doing? Post it in the chat. How are you doing? Post Christmas, who still has the tree up? We almost nuked it the other day, but oh man, they'll probably ban me if I say that word. We almost took it down the other day, but we said, we'll leave it. I kind of like to leave it through New Year's. Are you a New Year's keep the tree up type of person, or are you like, hey, that thing's coming right down Christmas afternoon? Good morning, Sherry. How are you? Good to see you. Yeah, who said we aren't a tank and flip flops? Yeah, shorts and mittens, Ben. Right, Florida. Is that cold? Tim Catroni, Uncle Tim here joining us. Good to see you, my man. Hopefully you had a great Christmas with all those 10 grandkids. Yeah, Michael Moeller, tree was down Christmas afternoon. Come on, man. Boxed up, put away. We're all done here. Not messing around. Yeah. I get a kick out of that one. Tree stands till New Year's, but only because I don't want to do it yet. Yeah, more so the case with me. Like Wendy was like, I'm going to start taking a couple things down. I'm like, I'm kind of like, we're either gonna de-Christmas it or we'll leave it up. She would start picking at things and making it light. So it's all good. I'll be up till February. What's that Taylor Swift song that Wendy sings? Lover. We can leave the Christmas lights up till January. And that's the last time I'll sing Taylor Swift. Did I really just do that? Rewind. we'll edit that out. Holy cow, it's getting bad. Yeah. And only till New Year's. Yeah, says Locke. Everything but the tree is down. Yeah. Good morning, Dave Brackett. Speaking of warm weather people, Dave said the heck with it. Moved out of Maine 3 or 4. What's it been, about 4 years now, Dave? Moved down to Southwest Florida. Loving life. I mean, his hair turned white. He fits right in. He can pass for 70. Crash and burn. Joe says, yeah. Thank you for bringing the call to a screeching halt. Ours was way down back storage on Sunday. I don't know what that means. Back to normal on Sunday. Yeah. You heard Bob sing Taylor Swift live again. Hopefully nobody recorded that. Yeah. I do like the lights. I'll come out in the morning and do my world domination routine on the couch, but the only thing I turn on is the tree, which is cool. Just kind of hang out there and just chill. It's kind of fun. So Peter Christensen is here. Good morning, Coach. Good morning, buddy. Hope things are good. What's the temp up there in Winterport? We're all just doing a weather thing here this morning, like a bunch of old farts. Yeah, boy, how about that weather? Oh, man. Well, hey, I appreciate so many of you guys turning out on a regular basis. I've been sharing the heck out of this. I've been doing the podcast, sharing the reels, scheduling stuff on YouTube, doing all the work. 23 degrees. Yes, we might be up to, hang on, we've got to be warmer than that. No, 17, Peter. Here, I don't know. How do you figure it? Peter's still about 2 hours north of us. So anyway, we're here in Southern Maine. For those of you that haven't been here before, 50 degrees in Southwest Florida right now. If you haven't been here before, I'm here every day at 8 a.m. talking business and life and trying to help people level up at one or the other. And it's always a good time in the chat. So come and hang out. We spend anywhere from 15 to 45 minutes. Wendy, bruh, Moeller. Oh, man. Yeah. We do it. We just kind of hang out. We have a good time. I do a 10-day series. And this one is called Taking Your Seat or Take Your Seat. And I wanted to talk today about standards. And you see my sign back there. The shirt I have here on the other side of that says The Standard. I spent a lot of time working with Ben Newman, one of the top 5 performance coaches in the world. And that's the drum that he beats, is the standard all the time, right? And kind of pounded that into me, like, have a standard. Stop blaming people and start owning expectations, right? Matthew Padrone says, Tim Catroni, hey, Uncle Tim, hope you had a Merry Christmas. Yeah. I know Tim did because he's got a huge family. So, yeah, every leader, any person like high performer that I ever coach has said the same thing. Um, it's kind of a wake up call I have to give them too because they'll say my team just doesn't get it. They just don't get it. But guys, your team gets exactly what you've trained them to accept. It's as simple as that. If you're not modeling the behavior and teaching it and delivering and pushing out the culture that you want, it doesn't come back to you. Okay. Good morning, guys, says Jace Hunter. Good to see you. Got to get Jameson on here this morning. Yeah, your team gets exactly what you've trained them to accept. Okay. What we're not changing, we're choosing. All right. Standards aren't what you preach, they're what you permit. Think about that for a minute. I got all kinds of sayings this morning. You don't rise to your goals or the level of your goals, right? You fall to the level of your standards. Okay. So what are your standards? Dave Brackett, you get what you give in all aspects of life. Yeah, exactly. Thanks for that. Paul Tarasuk, welcome. Has anyone seen Dan Bennett? Maybe he's here. It's not 8:22 yet. Tim, get on a horn. Get in here. I like to bust his chops. Dan was on the radio yesterday. He's getting to be a freaking celebrity down there in Connecticut, Massachusetts area. Yeah, standards aren't what you preach, guys. They're what you permit. Simple as that. Like I said, what you're not changing, you're choosing. I think back as I often do and share about my time as a contractor. I always thought I was really pretty good, pretty solid leader. Would tell people what they needed to hear, try to be fair. Too early for Dan, yeah. But I would go easy on people that didn't um, perform the way I expected, and I maybe hadn't delivered that expectation. Missed deadlines or crappy work, sloppy work, poor cleanup, poor communication, um, timeliness, not there on time, all the stuff. I thought I was being understanding and being a good guy to work for. Okay, that was always important to me. Mark, stick it up for him. Dan texted me at 4:30 this morning. That was probably automated. Yeah, define your standards. Your team wants this for sure, Rachel. Yeah, I always thought I was just being understanding. But I was actually just teaching mediocrity. I was just saying, I'm not going to correct that behavior. So in essence, I'm just telling you that that's okay. Okay, that's okay. And I've heard Steve say a number of times, the fish stinks from the head down. Right. So if you're not modeling the behavior, you're not delivering the expectation, then you get what you get. And one of the first things I'll ask somebody when they're like, this friggin' guy didn't do. I'm like, well, what's his job description? Did you tell him exactly what you wanted to see for behavior? Well, no, but he should get it. I mean, I've said this stuff. Like any normal person that isn't a moron would know to do this, this, and this. Well, maybe you didn't tell him. So you get what you get. If you don't control that narrative, you don't fill in the blanks. They will. Okay. Wendy says Maine's going to feel like -2 degrees around 2 p.m. Great. Windy today. I think I'll keep Cozy Tree up a little longer. Yeah, for sure. Maybe we'll go for a walk later. She just went, ooh, I don't know. Yeah, fish stinks from the head down. Yeah, I have to credit that one to Steve. I'm sure he stole it from someone else, but that's what we do. For warmth, yeah, exactly. Oh man. Yeah. Don't forget your tickets to Job Dread Connect, January 14th through the 16th. We'll be there. Maybe Bubba will bring some of those WWBD shirts with him. For sure. So, guys, continuing on the talk about standards. Good morning, Josh Baker. Good to see you, buddy. There's 4 areas where standards slip, I think. Number 1 is time, right? Late meetings, missed calls. If you roll into a meeting late, you roll into the driveway late, what does that say about you and the culture that you're trying to deliver? I had a guy tell me once, if you have people that work for you, you got to beat them in. You got to beat them in. I don't care. If it's supposed to be there at 7 and you get this one guy that shows up at 6:30, show up the next day at 6:15. He shows up at 6. And I did this. I show at 5:45. He hits me with 5:30. I'm bringing my sleeping bag. Okay. You're not going to beat me in. And that's how you lead. Okay. Don't let them beat you in. Don't get to meetings late. Don't miss calls. Don't swipe people to voicemail. The next one is communication. This is where standards slip. You have unclear expectations, like we talked about, right? No follow up. No, hey man, great job with that. No, you're not delivering any positive reinforcement. Hey, I like what you did there. That was a great leadership moment. Hey, I saw how you handled that. That was great. None of that. Okay. Also, quality. We're just kind of letting things slip. You know, good enough never is, guys. Okay. We're letting that almost done, slide. I would call the job site, talk to guys. Yeah, we're 100% done. Except, I'm like, then we're not 100% done. Maybe I should come over. And when we go over and we make a list and we figure it out. Model the behavior you want coming back at you. Okay. And the fourth one is behavior. Attitudes you ignore become culture. Somebody shows up with a bad attitude. How do you handle that? Hey, man, let's chat for a minute. Yes, what's going on? You seem off. Everything okay? Talk to people. Treat them like human beings. So time, communication, quality, and behavior. Those are the four areas where I've seen standards slip, particularly as it relates to, say, a job site or a construction setting. Okay. Mr. Flaherty, good to see you, my friend. Happy New Year on Instagram over there. Winding the coffee right to me this morning. So, how do you go from hoping everybody does the right thing to expecting that they do, to expectation, to setting expectations? Okay. A little standard reset framework for you guys right here. Number one, define it. Write it down. What is the standard? Anybody know what one of my standards is? I'll fill in the blank for you. Live at 8 every day. It's a standard. It's no longer, I hope I can do this every day in 2020. In fact, it never was, I hope. I was going to do it every day in 2025. Now it's just a standard. Dave Brackett said, I used to say when carpenters would say, it looks good from my house. I know it's a joke, but is it? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Looks good from here for sure. So number one, define the standard. Define what it is. Write it down. Number two, demonstrate it. Okay. Walk the walk. Model it daily. Otherwise, you're just a fraud. Be on time, Dave says. Yeah. And I know Dave for 40 years, and I know on time to him is 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes early. I know if Dave and I were going hiking or doing something and he was going to pick me up at 5, if I'm not out there at quarter up, he's going to be tapping on the steering wheel waiting for me. Same thing. Yeah. So define it, demonstrate it, walk the walk, and then defend it. Okay. Defend it. Address it immediately. If something breaches the wall, so to speak, of your standards and expectations, you got to address it. Yeah. Commit to yourself, says Richard Nordheim. Good morning, sir. Happy New Year. Yeah, defend it. Hey, man, and even better. And I was talking to Matt Adamiak on the podcast. You guys hear this. One of the things that he said, I'll share it with you. He said, even the guys on the site know the standards. They'll even defend it. They'll, if a subcontractor say, hey, man, we clean up around here. Hey, man, we roll out floor protection. Hey, could you put some of these booties on? We're in the last part of the job. You can't just kind of tromp in here in those woodsman boots with the lugs full of mud and drop that stuff all over the floor, because I'm going to have to pick that up, and then it's going to be a thing. And yeah, we have standards here. Okay. The worst saying I heard on site was that we're not building a piano. I hated that mindset. Yeah. Then act like you are. Act like you are. Because I sold a piano. When I talked with the people, when I took the call, and when I got in my truck and went over and saw them on a Sunday afternoon and told them all these great things about us, I told them we're building a piano. I told them the guys don't park on the lawn. I told them the guys don't pee on their bushes. I told them they'd be on time, or there would be a call well ahead of that. Yeah, this is getting a little too close to home for me now. Now I'm going to rant. No, just kidding. The standards are what you've known, what you're known for, and sets you apart from your competition. Absolutely, Rachel. Yeah. Yeah. If you don't defend your standards, no one else will. One of our guys, Mark, that worked for me for a long, long time, would tell the people, like the guys on the site, hey, if there was a piece of trim that was off or a miscut or whatever, he's like, you might as well take that down. Bob's going to when he gets here anyway. So he was delivering the culture, the standard. He was setting the tone, and he knew he would uphold that. Yeah, we're only as good as our support team. That's right. Yeah. Peter says, and that was a $2 million home. I would argue you were building a piano. So, yeah, Locke, I hated working in places like that. I hated being part of low quality ops. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. That's part of what drove a lot of us into entrepreneurship, right? No, go do it yourself. You think you're so good at it? I will. Thank you. Goodbye. Because we can be better. Okay. Dave, great nuggets that need to be revisited often. Yeah, for sure. Just mentioning it, right? Wendy's popping the link saying, guys, don't forget to hit those, save them, click on them, check people out. Guys, if you have a business and you're not posting your link in here every day, you should be. Yeah. Post your website. Get people checking you out. Get people sharing it. Share one another's stuff. Yeah. Lean into one another. So, guys, let me ask you this. Where have you been tolerating instead of leading? Where have you been tolerating, just kind of putting up with it instead of leading? Or like, I don't want to say anything, make that person uncomfortable, This happens a lot when Wendy and I go out to eat, and we're sitting somewhere and somebody's acting like a complete buffoon. And I have no problem saying, hey, man, I'm kind of sitting here like trying to enjoy dinner with my wife, but, you're being kind of loud. I don't have a problem saying that. But oftentimes I don't, because it's going to make everybody uncomfortable. So I have to kind of bite my tongue a little bit. So we're going to install a restaurant here in the house so I don't have to go out and interact with the general public. Yeah. Locke, I'm tired of suggesting ways for other people to run their business. So I'll make it my own. Yeah, for sure. Dave, those people find me. Oh, man. Wendy's just sitting there going, I hope he doesn't say anything. Like, right is right. Wrong is wrong, right? I mean, why can't we? Hey, dude, you're pissing me off. Then she'll say, you got to let them. You tell that Mel Robbins. Small jobs can be such a time suck sometimes. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, guys, I love it. You're popping in your websites in there. That's great. Richard with enhanced renovations. Casper East. Yeah, check that. Check Casper East out. You guys that have a renovation business, a GC business, this is a nice dovetail to your business. Okay. And I'm starting to see guys doing that already have a business. Say, bring on another like-minded business, right? Similar business. I'm not saying the right word there, but you know what I mean. Bring something that works, because you're already in front of all of the ideal customers for that line. Okay, Rachel, especially when you're upholding the standard yourself. Yeah, and someone else slips up. You should question the standards or the leader for sure. Teresa says, let them. Yeah, I'm going to let them know. I'm going to let them know. Locke posting Beholder Aquatics. Check it out. And guys, challenge each other. Like each other's stuff on Facebook. Share it, right? I routinely share you guys' stuff to the Summit page because, frankly, I appreciate you sharing this, but I just do it. There's Joe Spack. I'll put his stuff up on the Summit. Joe does a great job with his social. Locke, don't get me started. Yeah, where have you been tolerating instead of leading, guys? Anybody got an example? Don't throw anybody in your personal life under the bus, but maybe there's been something that you're tolerating as a behavior in your company, but guess what? It becomes the new standard, and one that you're not going to like, one that people aren't going to buy, one that they're not going to invest in, and certainly won't talk about at the cookout over the weekend with their neighbor. They're more so going to share, man, that guy rolled in here with that he let that diesel truck idle in my driveway for 45 minutes at 5:30 in the morning. That's the stuff they'll talk about. We start at 8 a.m. sharp. Yeah, for sure. Don't pull into somebody's driveway and park behind both vehicles. They're leaving. They got to trudge out and see you. Hey, can you move your truck? As my dad always says, use your head for something other than a hat rack. We were talking about all those sayings over here on Christmas Eve. We were laughing. Yeah. So write down one behavior, one quality issue, one communication breakdown you can fix. Okay. Maybe it's just maybe just as you plan for 2026, maybe these are just inward looking, right? Maybe we're looking in the mirror here and say, all right, what's one behavior that I need to tune up and raise my standard? What's one quality issue? What's one place I've kind of said close enough is good enough? Ah, Bob's client voice, so good. I didn't know I have these little things. Yeah. Oh shit. Mm. Coffee's good this morning. These guys jumped on me the other day. I shared a video of me pouring. I tried the coffee that Tyler bought me, and I put you guys post in the chat how many scoops per cup when you do the coffee. I put because my mother told me. I said, "Mom, over here on Christmas, how many scoops?" She goes, "1 scoop per 2 cups." So I did that. The coffee looked like tea. So then these guys were like calling for my man card on Facebook and everything. Even Dave looked a bit weak. Yeah, and I'll agree. But I didn't know because it was a bourbon type of coffee. Maybe it was like something special, kind of different. I'm picking it apart. Fun character play it like so I hit it with another scoop this morning. But when you guys make coffee in a coffee maker, how many scoops do you put in? And what is a scoop? Is it the thing they give you with the coffee, or is it a heaping tablespoon? What is it? Talk to me. Bracket. What do you got? I know you make a lot of coffee. One rounded scoop for each cup. Okay. Okay, Ian. A rounded scoop. So that thing they gave me with the coffee maker um is weak. I don't measure. Level it right up to the top. 2 teaspoon or tablespoon per cup, Joe. Yeah, let me know. This is important stuff, guys. Rabbit hole. Fill that filter up. Yeah, for sure. It's 30 grams grounds per 550 grams of water, 525 grams cupped. Locke, thank you for that. Wendy, get on that. Transfer that over so we can understand it. Don't fool around. Right. I want it right. 1 rounded tablespoon per cup. Tablespoon per cup. Per cup. Okay. What did Joe say? He's Locke. Yeah. No, okay. All right. Heaping tablespoons. Okay. Way too technical for me. Oh, look, squirrel. My brother-in-law says enough to put the spirit of the coffee beans gods into our veins. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that definitely was weak. So I tuned it up. In restaurants, 3 ounce per 60 ounce of water is the gold cup standard. 3 ounce per 60 ounce of water. Okay. Yeah, use the whole beans now, says Thurston. Oh shit. Yeah, guys, if you get nothing else out of this today, make your coffee right. No. Check your standard. Look in the mirror. Maybe there's some things that you're doing that can be, just tweaked a little bit here as we kind of go into 2026. Leave that shit in 2025. Leave it in 2025. Get your scale out. We got a scale. Okay. On YouTube, Step One says drip coffee usually don't get hot enough. Exact all the flavor. Here we go. Now we're getting into it. And oils from it. Get a French press. Okay. I don't need one. I don't need the reason I got the coffee maker with the Keurig is to clean up some of the appliances I had on the counter. Yeah, we could chew the beans. So I had a Nespresso, which is great, which now is in the basement stored. I had a Keurig, which is fine. I had a regular coffee maker, and we still have on the counter, or is it? It's down here, I think. We'll put it back up. Is an air fryer, right? And that can do anything. Yeah, put a paper shredder. Yeah. Jimmy's doing well. We got over yesterday to see him. We hung out for a bit. He's actually doing really well. He's getting a lot of rest, a lot of sleep. He's sleeping in a lot. I told him, I said, "Hey, man, your body's healing." So he's fighting. He's fighting, and every day when I see him, I shake his hand and say, "We don't give up. We keep fighting." And he just looks at me, and says, "Yep." He said, "I had a couple of rough moments for sure, but he's getting it done." So we'll pop over and see him today and see how he's doing. So write it down and shred it. Josh says, "Yeah, gotcha." Paper shredder. Paper shredder. Yeah, you guys like the accent, don't you? Mark Bunker. Mm-hmm. Well, don't have too crazy a day today. Wendy kind of laughs because I literally get dressed up like I'm going to work. I'm wearing boots, jeans, the whole deal, right? And I kind of laughed at myself this morning. I go, look at me, I'm dressed like I'm going somewhere, right? But it's the mindset. I am going somewhere. Yeah, I'll send him your love, Dave. He doesn't know it yet, but I think Ryan Brown's going to come over tomorrow and visit him after work. So he asks about Ryan Brown all the time. Got to jump. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate it. Thanks for the input. Enjoy the coffee, and I'm gonna document that tomorrow. We'll get this shit right, okay? Get the coffee right. You know when Luke McGee jumps on you, and tells you, and Richard Nordheim, those guys, they're calling from my man card on that post about it doesn't look. They look like I made chai tea or something. I'm like, oh, that caught me deep. So, yeah, always had to be ready to move for sure. Exactly. Yeah, I don't want to miss anything, right? I was like that as a kid. My mother would be like, you always just get up and get going in the morning. I'm like, I don't want to miss anything. Could be something going on. I want to take part. Yeah. Brushes his teeth and puts his shoes on, which I commend. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no doubt. I'm ready to rock, baby. Heading into the office to do some sales training and dialing in for 2026. See you this afternoon. Thanks, Richard. Good to see you, buddy. Don't ruin it. Yeah, I'm doing a podcast with Richard later today. Don't ruin the magic of pajamas. Keep the softness off time. Yeah. Yeah, got to be ready to move. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you. Have a great day. Last couple days of the year here. Ask yourself what you can squeeze in, what you can finish up. We talked about closing those loops on our DSA call yesterday. Close the loops. Thank you, Rachel. What loops are open? Maybe you got to have that conversation with somebody. Leave that in 2025, and kind of shake off what's got to stay in this year. And don't bring that stuff into next year. Okay. Guys, I appreciate you. Please, please, please share it out. Thank you to those that do. Love you. Appreciate you. Check out the podcast. I had a great one with Jason Cisneros, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, right on my Facebook page, and of course on the YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel yet, please do. We're getting actually it's growing. We're getting a couple new followers every day. So whatever we're doing is working. So sometime it's between now and 2092, I should be up to like 500. All right. See you guys later. Have a great day. Appreciate you.